Hello, welcome to the next lecture on the drama The Rising of the Moon by Lady Gregory. So in the course 2-3 GEC 11 Introduction to Literature in Unit 3, the drama The Rising of the Moon has been prescribed. So it is a play of, it is a 20th century play which carries the themes of search and modernism and expressionism. Now the lecture deals in detail about the plot, characterization and the themes in the play The Rising of the Moon. The plot of the play starts with the surgeons roaming around the seashore in a seaside town in Ireland, and they are searching for a criminal, and they are pasting a wanted poster on the walls on the seashore side, and they are searching for the notorious criminal who has whom they had sensed to arrive upon the shore on that particular night. And the sergeants, they are searching for the criminal, and they paste a poster on the walls, and there's a senior sergeant and two juniors under him, and they are in the night beat, and their duty is to find out the criminal, and they are in the look around for the criminal who has been wanted notoriously. The senior sergeant, he asks the two juniors to leave away, and he asks them to go inside the town for the other beats, and the senior sergeant stay in the seashore beat, and he is awaiting the coming of the criminal. He awaits that any time the criminal may appear, and he is all ready to arrest him when he makes his appearance. And when it was a quiet night and on the seashore, when the winds were blowing in a quiet way, and it is a night time, it's a serene time, and at that time a singer walks along the seashore, and he presents himself before the policeman, before the sergeant, and he asks him, he introduces himself as Jimmy Walsh. He introduces himself as Jimmy Walsh, a folk singer, a singer of a ballad, and the sergeant is surprised by the arrival of the singer, and he is happy that he has got a companion in the duration of his search for the criminal. And Jimmy Walsh, he tells in detail about his skill about his passion for singing, and he says that he is a ballad singer, and he knows numerous songs, numerous ballads which have been stored in the folk memory of England. And they meet, the sergeant and Jimmy Walsh, they meet on the English coast, and Jimmy Walsh, he sings many famous ballad songs to the pleasure of, to entertain the sergeant. And as Jimmy Walsh sings the songs, the sergeant is reminded of his childhood days in England, when he used to sing those songs, when he used to spend his time happily on the seashore, when he used to sing those songs as when he was a boy. And Jimmy Walsh makes mention about a particular, a woman, a revolutionary by the name of Granville, and he says that he was not very much in support of the arrest of the Lady Granville, who fought or who spoke in favor of the independence of Ireland. So Granville, as a revolutionary, was put down and she was arrested, and Jimmy Walsh sings a ballad song in support of Granville. And at that time, to this particular song, to the song which is sung by Jimmy Walsh, the sergeant gets alarmed, and he says that it is better not to sing, it's better not to argue, it's better not to speak about a person who has been convicted, or a person who has been incriminated, a person who has been charged by the Irish government for revolutionary activities. And on the Irish sea coast, the sergeant and Jimmy Walsh, They spend some good time talking about the songs, talking about talking about their childhood memories, the ballads which they used to sing in the country of Ireland. And the sergeant, for a moment, he steps away from his duty and he talks in a hearty tone to Jimmy Walsh. And both are happy to hearty conversation about the songs in England. And even though the sergeant, he is a servant and he works for the Irish government, even though he does not show his loyalty to England, he feels happy when he talks about the songs in the country, songs which had been sung in England. So through his conversation, he shows his attachment or his patriotism for England is betrayed through his conversation with Jimmy Walsh. The structure of the play is the next topic in the lecture. The play, The Rising of the Moon, is a one-act play, and it's a very short play where the only scene and the only act in the play it occurs in the seashore, where the conversation between the sergeant and the singer, the Jimmy Walsh, occurs. And in the single act, the play or the scene has the movement of the beginning, middle and end, and the play ends with a note of surprise. The play ends with a note of with a note of anagnorisis. The play ends with the tone of surprise, in which surprise and shock, in which the sergeant comes to know that the singer who has been speaking to him for such a long while is none other than the criminal whose face or whose picture has been pasted on the poster. So Jimmy Walsh reveals his identity in the end of the play, and he says that he is none other than the criminal notoriously, the criminal who is notorious and the criminal who is wanted by the police. And with this anagnorisis, with this shock, with this surprise, the play ends, and the sergeant is left in inaction, and he deliberately leaves Jimmy Walsh to escape. He leaves Jimmy Walsh. He makes Jimmy Walsh walk in freedom because of his attachment with the country of England. Now, the two major characters in the play are the sergeant and Jimmy Walsh. The sergeant, who is good and strong and who is happy about his duty and who is walking along the seashore, and is happy to have a singing with the singer Jimmy Walsh. So he's on his duty, he meets the singer Jimmy Walsh. So Jimmy Walsh, the singer, the ballad singer, but who is really a criminal, he hides himself, he closes about himself, and he has a conversation with the sergeant. He has a conversation with the sergeant with all his identity hidden. And at last he reveals his identity, and he says that he's the most wanted criminal. And the element of hiding, the element of drama, the element of mask is present in both these characters, where one is serving the Irish government as a sergeant, the other is coming in the identity of a singer, and both of them they step down from their masked identities, and they have a conversation. They have an inward conversation. They have a deep conversation for a moment in which they talk about the commonly known songs, and this element of masking. They forget for a moment for their true talk, for their for their hearty talk, and the themes in the play. The following are some of the themes in the play: patriotism, a sense of duty, the theme of search for identity and the theme of friendship. Patriotism is the dominant, one of the dominant themes in the play, where the sergeant as well as the criminal, both of them are patriotic for the country of England. But the next theme, which is the theme of sense of duty, which is prevalent in the sergeant, even though he is patriotic, even though he is very much, he is patriotic about, he has this attachment with the country of England. He feels that his sense of duty is higher than his attachment with the country, as he is working for the country of Ireland. And a search for, the theme of search for identity is another theme in the play. Both the major characters are in searching for their identity. The policeman, the sergeant in the beat, in his patrol, he is, he tries to find solace in his conversation with the criminal, his identity of growing up as a boy in the country of England. And the singer Jimmy Walsh carries, the load of song, the cultural load of song, where he, when he talks with the sergeant, he makes him remember his pleasant childhood in England. So Jimmy Walsh has his own woven identity of singer, but he reveals his original identity of as a criminal in Ireland. So both these characters, they search for identity, and the theme of friendship between the friendship which occurs in a flicker between the sergeant and the criminal, the sergeant and the ballad singer in the short duration of their conversation. The friendship which is assured that it will be long lasting in their memories as they part ways, as the criminal part ways from the sergeant. It is sure that the feel of friendship would have a long lasting impact on them. The setting of the play is found on the seashore. The entire action of the play takes place in the seashore, and the time of action is the night in which the sergeant is in their beat. Thank you.